At the beginning of the movie, we can see 4 girls arriving at their school and looks at a mysterious girl with jealousy. Upon entering the school, she angrily tears down a poster for some unknown reason and walks inside, while a girl is left stunned. We are moved into the scene where school's guidance counselor, whose name is Ms. Perky, she can be seen attending a nervous guy named Cameron. Ms. Perky's character seems a little too naughty and immature. Suddenly, a handsome guy arrives inside her office and apologizes for a deed that he had done earlier at lunchtime. The guy's name is revealed to be Patrick Verona. He earlier joked with the lunch lady by exposing himself, but in reality he used a sausage, which gave everybody the wrong impression. Later, a clever guy called Michael Ackerman meets Cameron and shows him around the school. One by one, he reveals to Cameron about all kinds of students. Some are extroverts, smokers, cowboys, nerds, and more. On their way, Cameron's eyes catches a beautiful girl walking, whose name is Bianca. Clever Michael suggests him to forget about dating her at all, since her father is too strict. Everyone goes to attend their classes, and we see the same girl from the beginning of the movie, whose name is revealed to be Kat. She used to be a super popular girl in school, but one day something happened with her and she was changed into an irritated girl with no friends, about which we'll discover later as the story goes on. In the class, she gets into an argument with one of the class brats, since they made fun of her for being a loner. Suddenly, Patrick arrives into the classroom and leaves immediately upon knowing the boring subject of the class. Kat was also sent to the counselor's office for speaking negatively about a book their teacher was speaking about called Sun Also Rises. Kat arrives into the counselor's office, who insults her, suggesting she is a heinous bitch, to which Kat calmly leaves the office as if this was not the first time it had happened. This is Joey, one of the popular and rich students in school. He was standing with a guy who bets with him if he can get along with Bianca, but Joey was too confident that he decides to do it just for fun. Michael and Cameron was making fun of him instead, even though they were out of Bianca's league. Cameron was speaking quite positively about Bianca's personality, as if he knew her since the childhood, but Michael was telling the opposite. Upon Cameron insisting to know about her, he reveals to Cameron that Bianca needs a French tutor, which makes him excited. Being an extrovert, Joey slowly drives and stops his brand new car besides Bianca and her friend, and without any hesitation they join Joey for a cruise. In about a moment, Michael loses control of his motorbike after he almost collided with the car and ended up going down the hill, which indeed turned him into stupid Michael from Clever. We are moved to the scene where it is revealed Bianca is Kat's sister. Their father tells Kat about being accepted into a university, which was on the other side of the world, but her father wasn't pleased and deliberately wanted her to stay. While Bianca also started to explain to her father about Joey, who she wanted to date desperately, but their father has a strict rule of not dating any guy before they both graduate. Right after, a small argument ensues between them, so her father decides to apply a new rule to Bianca that she can date any guy, but only after Kat dates someone. But the chances looked slim for Bianca, since Kat hated all the guys at school. Bianca annoyingly requests Kat to date some deaf or blind guy if she could, just for a day, so that she can pursue her fantasies. But Kat was determined about her decision. Next, we can see Cameron, the nerd, was teaching Bianca about French. However, he desperately asked her out on a date, to which Bianca surprisingly seemed pretty excited for. She reveals to him about her strict father's terms. Cameron comes with a mysterious idea to find someone for Kat and start dating. Later on, one by one, a number of guys are interviewed by Cameron and Michael. However, most of them laughed at her upon hearing her name. Soon enough, this results as a failure. On the other hand, Cameron's eye catches Patrick Verona in a science class. Michael strongly suggested him to stay away from Patrick, yet he did not hesitate to choose him as their guy for Kat. Later, Cameron nervously tries to talk to Patrick, but it didn't go as planned. Both were devastated. Suddenly, Michael comes up with a plan to find a guy who has money to be able to pay Patrick for dating Kat. Not wasting any time, Michael meets up with Joey to hire Patrick to date Kat, so that Joey can pursue his desires with Bianca. It was clear something big and exciting was about to happen because of this. Michael looked very confident about his actions and assures Cameron about it. Soon, Joey walks up to Patrick and calmly asks Patrick to go out with Kat, but Patrick and his friend started laughing. However, Patrick gets to know that he'll get paid $20 for it, but Patrick was clever and ended up making a deal of $50 instead. Patrick confidently walks up to Kat, as if he knew he was going to charm her. Yet, she was barely interested in him and sounded annoyed, and left him stunned. This made Cameron frustrated, but Michael cheers him up, saying that this is just the beginning. Same night, an argument occurs between Kat and her sister Bianca, when Bianca wears a pearls necklace of her mother's, who does not live with them, perhaps separated, about whom we will know later on. Next morning, Kat comes out the store and encounters Patrick waiting for her outside and tries his charm to impress and go on a date, but Kat is stubborn about her decision. Immediately, Joey arrives at the scene and parks his car at the back of Kat's car, so she won't be able to leave, which looked all planned out. But Kat was outraged and backed up straight into Joey's car. Following night, Kat's father was very pissed at her because their insurance didn't cover for the damages. An argument ensues, where Kat tells her father to not control her life, while mentioning the faraway university she wanted to pursue, but he wasn't allowing her to. Bianca was also mad at her, because now she won't get a ride from her crush Joey anymore. Next day at school, Joey was not impressed with Patrick's progress with Kat and forces him to start putting in efforts. Although, Patrick appraised his price to $100 a date, to which Joey agrees since he was left with no choice. Cameron and Michael meets up with Patrick and tries to help him while explaining. The whole idea is their own and all this is for Cameron to get Bianca. Both reveal to Patrick about a perfect opportunity to take Kat out at an upcoming party, hosted by Bogey Lowenstein. The news about the party gets spread in no time. On the other hand, Bianca was showing tons of interest into Joey and they both decide to meet up at the party. Following day, Bianca is showing desperation to go to the party, so Cameron suggests her to find out more about her sister, so he can use it as an advantage for his next plan. Soon we find them in Kat's room investigating everything, where Bianca finds out tons of her personal belongings like concert tickets, date book, and even her black panties. Cameron and Michael go to a bar to see Patrick, where they advise Patrick about Kat's likings, which includes Thai food, angry girls music, and feminist prose. Patrick will also have to attend Kat's favorite band the next day at Club Skunk, where Kat will be present. Next day, Patrick arrives at the club, where he slightly smiles after looking at Kat dancing. In about a moment, Kat comes to the bartender to get a drink, where she sees Patrick drinking by himself. A conversation happens between them about how Patrick really liked the band, which surprised Kat a lot, and he finally gets some attention from her. Before she leaves, Patrick again asks her to come to Bogey's party with him. It meant they might see each other at the party, even though Kat was teasing him a bit. The next day, Bianca was sneaking out of the house with her friend, but her father catches them red-handed and begin to ask too many questions. Suddenly, Kat arrives at the scene, where Bianca begs her to attend the party for one night, to which Kat eventually agrees with some hesitation. Upon opening the door, Patrick surprises her with his presence and was ready to take her out. Cameron and Michael were excited for the party as well. Everyone rushes into the house and breaks in as if it was the last day of their life. At the party, Joey trash talks Kat before leaving and takes Bianca with him. This makes Kat angry. She drinks a shot and walks away from Patrick. Later, Cameron tries to talk to Bianca and she breaks his heart by walking away with Joey without any hesitation. There, Joey does something, which makes her cringe a bit and leaves, while she takes a look at Cameron and gets even more upset. In the middle of the party, Kat can be seen furiously dancing on the table, where everyone is cheering her up except her sister and Patrick. Moments later, she faints while dancing, so Patrick takes her away from the party. There comes upset Cameron telling Patrick that the deal is off, because he finally realizes that Bianca was never interested in him but Joey instead. Patrick, however, encourages Cameron to not give up easily and go after the love of his life. While Patrick was taking care of Kat, it seems that their relationship was taking a turn in the right direction finally, as he seems to care for her a lot. At the party, Joey asks Bianca to come at his house, but knowing his reality, she denies instantly. However, her friend takes the opportunity and goes with Joey instead, which leaves Bianca stunned. Finally, a miracle happens and Cameron is asked by Bianca to give her a ride home. Patrick finally arrives at Kat's house to drop her off, and they finally gets to a point where Kat initiates to kiss Patrick. Yet, Patrick decides to postpone the inevitable for later sometime, which upsets Kat a lot. On the other hand, now it is Cameron's turn to drop off Bianca home. Cameron starts the conversation with Bianca, where he seems very upset about how she treated him after all he had done for her. Suddenly, she expresses her love towards him by kissing him with pure love and leaves him startled, with a smile on his face. Next day in the class, we can see Kat's perception towards Shakespeare's book has changed, as if she is finally interested in writing about love. However, knowing this, her teacher throws her out of the class instantly. We can see Bianca walking down the hall and looking at Cameron while smiling and carrying love for each other. It looks as if Bianca couldn't keep her eyes away from him. Michael approaches a girl, who is a friend of Kat, and talks to her about something, about which we'll discover later on. Cameron and Patrick can be seen talking about their love life, where Cameron explains how they're back in the game. Suddenly, Patrick almost gets hit by a football, where Kat is upset about last night. Once again, Joey comes to see Bianca while she was practicing archery. He asks her out on a prom, but Bianca was hesitant since her sister was not coming. However, Joey assures her that everything has been taken care of. Later, it is revealed that Joey is paying good amount of money to Patrick so that he can bring Kat to the prom. He was confused as if he should take the money or not, but he eventually took it. Following day, Patrick enters into a music store where he sees Kat, who was playing a guitar with her eyes closed. He calmly looked at her with love in his eyes, it seemed. He tries to talk to disturbed Kat in a bookstore, but his charm didn't melt her heart this time. Patrick does something unexpected and starts singing at the school field, which surprises Kat a lot, and she seems pretty impressed. In the next scene, Kat was desperate to see Patrick and wanted him out of the class, so she starts to distract the teacher while he makes his escape out of there. We can see Patrick was the only person to really understand about her true nature, and they catch each other's eyes with love. Right after, they decide to go play a paintball game and have lots of fun. Right in the middle of the game, the inevitable happens and they both share a lovely moment with each other passionately. Patrick comes to Kat's house to drop her off, where the love was in the air while they were talking, and Patrick slowly starts putting his warm lips around her neck and makes her feel on top of the world. He finally asks her out to come to the prom with him. However, the way he asked as if he was ordering her for it, which seemed a bit suspicious, to which Kat denied immediately. She asks him for the reason of his desperation towards the prom night, and suddenly his voice shook a bit, which gave the impression that something is wrong, and Kat walks away annoyed. On the other hand, Cameron is teaching French to Bianca. However, he himself was not capable of understanding French, because she asked him out on prom in French, but he was left confused and she walks away. Pissed, Bianca approaches her father and asks about going to prom, but her father was stuck to the rule of not going out unless her sister's going out, which leaves Bianca frustrated and sad. Kat comes to Bianca's room to talk to her about something intense and important. She finally reveals a secret truth about Joey and her dating back in the days for about a month, and they did the inevitable. But Kat did not like it and didn't want to do it again until she was ready. Joey, however, got pissed and dumped her right away. Bianca was shocked to know about all this and scolded her for not letting her experience all this by herself, and tells Kat to leave her room. Upon finding her sister sad, Kat decides to go to the prom and makes Bianca's dream come true. Cameron also shows up at the door waiting for Bianca while acting nervous and awkward. On the other hand, Joey confidently arrives at Bianca's house to pick her up. But little did he know Bianca was having the time of her life already. Not too long after, Kat's favorite song is sung by the singer, which is revealed to be on Patrick's request, and they kiss passionately. In the washroom, Bianca is told a brutal truth by her best friend, that the only reason Joey ever dated her was because he had a bet with his friend. And with the rush of emotions, she leaves frustrated. While Patrick and Kat were dancing, Joey interrupts Patrick and starts asking why Cameron was with Bianca and not him, which instantly lets Kat know that all of this was a hoax, and it was done to earn just a bit of money by Patrick. Patrick tried to explain to Kat that money was not the reason he was doing it for, but in reality he really loved her. This was too much for Kat to handle, and she leaves on the spot. Later on, Bianca is seen talking to Kat and appreciated her for going out to the prom for her. Kat also gets to know that her father already paid for her desired university, which makes her cry in happiness, and she hugs her father. Next day in school, their teacher asks the class to read a poem, but nobody seemed interested except Kat herself. She reads an emotional poem for the one and only Patrick, which makes her cry on the spot in front of all the students. It is clear she is deeply in love with Patrick. We can see her walking out of school towards her car, where she finds the guitar she was playing in the music store before. Right away, Patrick shows up and tells her that he bought it from the money he earned from Joey. And he also reveals that the one thing he has done was that he fell for the girl, and they both kiss passionately in the end. Subscribe to N Recaps for more love and romance movies like this. Have a good one.